I was about to launch a product today, like literally 30 minutes ago, but I thought before doing that, why not show you guys behind the scenes to really what's happening right now. Hey, this is Peng Joon here, and today I want to be able to take you behind the scenes to how to launch any product online. The steps that you must take if you want to be able to execute a successful launch. Now, in today's video, I want to walk you through the same exact thought process that I utilize to launch this product. In fact, this product is launching today. I'm going to walk you through exactly what happened, what brought us here to this very moment, and why I am absolutely confident that this launch right here will be a minimum six-figure launch, okay? I'm gonna walk you through exactly what happened, how this sales process, the offer looks like, but more specifically, what needs to happen before you even begin. Now, before you launch anything, you gotta understand that it is not about traffic, it's not about your ads, it's not about your sales funnel, it's not about any of that. It's not even about the product that you're gonna launch, okay? It is to first think about what is that blue ocean in the red ocean, in the sea of sameness. How are you gonna stand out with this specific offer? And I realized that after literally launching over 100 different products and funnels online, it always comes back down to these 5 things. And if you stick through the end of this video by really understanding what these main 5 angles are to be able to distinguish which ones suit you best, you are going to literally save an entire decade trying to figure things out of how to stand out for your launch. And ultimately, it comes down to these 5 things. Let me walk you through what they are. Now, first one is well-known, little understood. What does this mean? It means that your angle could be coming from the angle of, it is well known that property investments is a great way to protect and multiply and compound someone's wealth, but very few people understand how to utilize debt to grow their property portfolio. Okay, so it's well known, little understood. And every single time, whenever you're launching something, you gotta think, like my product, whether it's a physical product, whether it's a digital product, whether it's a service, whether it's consulting, whether it's done for you, which category does it fall under? You have to pick one if you want to be able to stand out. That brings us to number 2. Little known, big difference. So what does this mean? It means that, for example, very little people know about this thing called property options, which is basically something that allows you to control properties without owning them, and that can make a huge difference when it comes to multiplying and growing your real estate wealth. For some reason, I'm just utilizing real estate for this example. So it's little known, but that little known thing can make a big difference. So it's always thinking about which one am I going to utilize? And as I proceed with the other 3, start thinking about your market, your niche, your industry. Which one could you be using right now? Number 3 is what I call the game changer or a market disruption. So an example of this angle could be like coming from the angle of, with the government constantly just printing new money, paper money will constantly drop in value, making cryptocurrencies the currency of the future. And this will be a game changer, right? So notice I'm talking about like market disruption. This is going to be like something that changes the landscape of the market, which brings us to number 4. So start thinking like which one applies to my market, my niche, my industry, that I can utilize as the big picture hook before even launching anything, right? Before you think about traffic and ads and Facebook and social media and funnels and chat bots, you need to understand this first, okay, before launching anything. That brings us to number 4. They overcomplicated it. And I call this back to basics, okay? They overcomplicated it, back to basics. So, for example, if let's say I sold a say fitness product, what would I do? I want to think about the angle I'm going to utilize, right? So if I had a dieting supplement, if I had a workout, digital course, selling protein powder, what would be a good angle that utilizes this angle? So it could be coming from the angle of, over the last couple of years, in the last decade, in the fitness, weight loss industry, marketers are constantly coming up with like the new thing, the new trend, the new diet, right? One day we've got a paleo diet, one day eggs are good for you, fat is good for you, and one day there are these, weird shakes that you should be doing as your workout. What's it called? Shake weights, right? I don't know if you've seen that. And truth is, they've overcomplicated it. Now, what if I told you that when it comes to weight loss and getting the body of your dreams, it comes back to just the basics? What is that? Not everybody wants to hear the answer, but it's just eating right, exercising, lifting heavy. Now, what if that was the answer to building muscle? Just lifting heavy, eating right. So that's number 4, right? If I wanted to sell that, I don't know, protein powder or that weightlifting or bodybuilding program, then I could be utilizing this. It's like, they've overcomplicated it. Let's go back to the basics. Now, and you're going to realize in a second, well, in a couple of minutes from now, the product that we're about to launch came from this angle, okay? And you start seeing why, like all of the different offers, if you've been following me for a while now, you will see that every single time, it's always one of these angles. Always. Always, always. Okay? And that brings us to number 5. And number 5 is basically being the fortune teller or making a prediction. So a company like ClickFunnels has done this very well, which is basically saying something along the lines of websites are going to be a thing of the past, websites are going to be dead. The thing of the future when it comes to selling online is utilizing sales funnels, right? If you take a look at how a company like ClickFunnels became a $100 million per year company, is literally utilizing this angle. So before we go on to the next step to show you behind the scenes to how I'm launching a product right now, think about and let me know in the comments right now which method, which angle to find your blue ocean in the red ocean resonates with you most. And by the way, right up to this point, if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It does help this channel out a little bit, and be sure to subscribe if you want to be able to see more behind the scene videos just like this one. Okay, so with that said, let me show you guys behind the scenes exactly what I promised, the launch that we're having today, so that you can see how this is applicable to you. Let's take a look at this offer that I literally was about to launch 30 minutes ago. I'll literally launch it, send an email out and post on social media right after I create this video. But take a look at this, okay? So let me just go ahead and share my screen. Now this funnel over here is called Old School New Strategy, and basically what this is, take a look at this, okay? It's going to be so apparent right now. So this is a virtual event, and I'll talk about the sales process and the reasoning and justification behind the price points and why it's going to be at least minimum a 6-figure launch in a weekend. But take a look at this, okay? So notice that it's this goofy, old school looking website, and it says, let's go on a journey through history. Okay, so before 2021, before 2005, before 2000, before 1995. Right now it's 1995, everybody's on dial-up. Some of you millennials weren't even born yet. Some people, they were still a little cell. And all I'm saying, okay, notice my languaging. Okay, what am I saying? I'm saying if it's 1995, if you build a website, you probably do well. In 2000, if you did email marketing, your open rates will be insane. If in 2005 you did Google AdWords, you'll get like 1 cent clicks. 2010 Facebook ads, you'll get crazy leads. 2015, okay, if you build up a webinar funnel, you would have a huge advantage, right? And then notice my languaging. I'm saying, but understand something like websites, email marketing, AdWords, Facebook ads, sales funnels. What do they have? That's the modality, that's the vehicle. But in order for these strategies to work, you still need this one thing called messaging. It means that, websites with bad messaging won't convert, and emails with crappy messaging won't get open. AdWords with lousy messaging will only leave you a huge bill. Facebook ads with horrible messaging will only get the account banned, right? So where am I going to with this is that in order for anything to work online, you need to have right messaging combined with the right strategy. And strategies change. Back then, from ICQ days to email, to Facebook ads, to YouTube, to Instagram, to TikTok, platforms change, but messaging doesn't. So notice my angle. What I'm saying is, right now, marketers are just overcomplicating it. When it comes to marketing and selling online, people tend to think that, oh, I need to utilize chatbots, I need to use TikTok ads, I need to be using Instagram, I need to have follow-up funnels, I need to be tracking. They have all these different things, but what if right now the thing that needs to be applied, regardless of the platform, is really you need to have the right message. And if you have the right message, if you went on any platform, whether it's sending out an email, whether it is social media, like that's it. Having the right messaging, right? So notice the core angle of this entire funnel, number 4, which is they overcomplicated it. If we were to go back to basics, it just comes down to having the right message. See where I'm going with this? So before you launch anything, you gotta think about what that angle is. So if you take a look at this, now this is the first time I'm utilizing this price point. I've actually never done this before. Most of our events, live in-person event is usually about $4,000. Virtual events, it's about $1,000. This is the first time I'm experimenting this, but I know it works because of this next portion that you're about to see. Okay, so but basically this is the first portion. It is a virtual event. It could be the case that if you're watching this, the event's already over. We'll see. I don't know when this video is going to be published. So let's go back to this board over here. Okay, so once we finalize this section of which angle to utilize, that is when we need to think about how to take that messaging and put it into a sales process. Now, what is the sales process? Sometimes known as a sales funnel. And it's basically, once you start getting people into this funnel, what actually happens? Are there upsells? Is there a back end? Is there recurring? Is there high ticket? And ultimately, a sales process, where I've got a lot of videos on this, could be a lead funnel. It could be a application funnel. It could be a physical product funnel. It could be a virtual event funnel, which is what this is. So once I finalize that, okay, I'm going to utilize the overcomplicated angle, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to send traffic to this sales process, which is a virtual event funnel. Now, I don't want to turn this video longer than it should be because there's a ton of videos on this channel that talks about sales process. I'll leave it in the YouTube description. You can feel free to binge watch the entire playlist on whether you need help on ads or traffic or sales funnels. Be sure to watch the recommended playlist if you want to understand exactly how, whether you want to utilize free plus shipping funnels or lead funnels or virtual event funnels, high ticket funnels or webinar funnels. I've got all these different explanations on this channel. So ultimately, if you want to launch anything, before you launch, this is the before. Pick one angle that resonates most with you. Let me know in the comments below which one works best for you and why. One of the things that we have been doing on each of our videos is we have been selecting 1 to 3 winners. You just need to let me know which one that you like most, and my team will select 1 of 3 winners for our $997 training. So let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see and reverse engineer how this funnel looks like, I'll leave that link to Old School New Strategy in the description box as well. But in the meantime, if you want to be able to understand sales process a whole lot deeper as your next step, I'm going to put a playlist that's going to appear in front of you right now in about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.